Hi, Kapil. I don't know exactly how to ask this question. So I'm trying to build an understanding of basic human nature. In other words, when I'm interacting with people and the world, it's quite clear, like you just said, it's a lot of suffering. Everybody's suffering through a lot of different things, and I find myself to be unhappy. In other words, all of interactions with either people or the world have generally led to some level of unhappiness. At the same time, I find that there's something very intrinsic that connects human beings together, and I've not been able to figure out what that is. In other words, we came from evolutionary ways.
You know, I mean, you're just going right down that slide of scientific nonsense. You know, this evolutionary and something connects everybody. You know, you have, like, that's what I mean. Like, you just, like, there's no reality in what you're saying. There's no reality. If you want to talk about connection and all that stuff, okay, you know what? Like, get to the place where you have no more suffering, and then you feel connected to everybody, and then, like, nothing really bothers you. Then talk about that. Okay? But don't, you know, you don't be talking about spirituality when your leg's cut off. You need an emergency room. I mean, this is just more ways to try to socialize and engage with the world. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not, like, I have to, like, put these disclaimers in there because I don't want to ever say that you should do this and don't engage with the world. I don't care what you do. I just don't care. Right? So, but, like, don't start the evolution and the intellectual list. Like, I don't want to hear that. Right? So you begin with, I'm suffering and I'm unhappy. Okay. It's honest. I mean, everyone is. Right? And then you put some ointment on there and you try to anesthetize it by going into, oh, well, there's human connection. What has human connection gotten you? I mean, get to it's like this fundamental dishonesty and covering up what you began with honesty with dirt from the world. You started by saying that the engaging with the world and with people created problems for you and suffering. Truth. Okay? Not just you. Truth. Okay? And then you diminished that. You just poured water all over that. Right? Oh, well, there's connection, and okay, well then connect. Right? Go ahead.
No,
connect.
so thank you.
I'm not saying you shouldn't connect.
I guess what I was trying to say is I haven't quite figured that part out because, and you're right.
And you're never going to figure it out because you're never going to figure that out because you're doing it based upon, on the one hand, you're describing your reality of suffering, which is not your reality. It's everyone's reality, number one. Okay? I want to make that clear that I'm not picking on anybody here. Okay? Number one, you're describing the reality of suffering. And then on the other hand, you're trying to, like, put a square peg into a round hole by saying, yeah, but I have to put this connection thing in there because that just sounds right. And that's spiritually correct. And that's just intellectually this. And your scientific stuff will destroy you as it already has. You're never going to get past that.